Hello everyone. We're going to be covering the Bughouse World Championship in the Challenger section. This is arena number 3. There will be arena number 3 for the open section in about 2 hours from now, which I will try to cover as well. Let's get into it. Here we see Ferrari Fan and Lock and Key. They played as a team in past incarnations of this event. So we expect them to qualify at this arena or another one, probably this one. There are going to be a total of 8 qualifier arenas. Top 4 teams qualify from each arena for a total of 32 teams. They'll be seeded into 8 groups for the group phase. And there's plenty of slots left. Looks like Ferrari Fan is fairly safe. I don't like taking the rook. I think he should have gone after the queen instead. It was just a pawn in. Now Ferrari Fan is in some trouble. Okay. Actually, that's a very good move for his partner, though. Get him that. Like pawn check, then maybe knight check on c8. This is fine too. I like this. Take. You can take and then queen takes knight, potentially. Or just do the knight check in the back. He should already have enough in his hand to mate. Getting the queen involved, that's pretty good. Could even just push this pawn. You get this involved. There's lots of ways to mate here. He found one. Okay, great job. Let's see who else is here. There's a few IMs, NMs, and FMs in this tournament. I'll be sure to check out them later. There are actually a lot of teams registered, which is good to see. Some of the previous arenas were less well attended. Hey Zarkov. I misspell some player names. You mean I mispronounced them, probably. Because I don't provide the spelling of the names. I'm just watching what's on chess.com as far as I know. Mispronounce. Yes. Oh, Zarkov, if you want to join in commentary, that would be great. Do you want to get on a voice call somewhere? Happy to have your insights. It'd be great to have co-commentary on any of these streams. Welcome anyone to do that. But Zarkov, we could communicate on Discord or on Zoom or Skype. Let me know what a good way to communicate would be, and happy to have you for pronunciation, but also just for your insights on their play. So let me know. So Ferrari Fan seems fairly safe. Well, now a knight would win the queen. Okay, pawn check maybe. Needs to start getting some initiative. Oh, let's and now knight mates. What's his time like? Oh, he's up a bunch of time. So hopefully Lock and Key can get a knight for him. Lock and Key does not have diagonals to work with though. It'd be interesting to see how he goes for the knight. I suspect he'll try to take h2, then drop a new knight in. We're probably going to see knight check, maybe knight takes rook, something like that. Oh, they're suggesting bishop takes e6, which is interesting. Bishop takes e6, you could knight check after that, and then pin the queen. Skype would be good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll jump on Skype. I'm not usually online on Skype, but I can get online. Okay, I'm online on Skype. My Skype username is just the same as my username everywhere else. So if you add that, let me know. And he got the knight. I was a little distracted, didn't see how he got it, but check that out later. Or well, I guess you guys saw it and I didn't. Yeah, I put my username in the chat. Oh, okay. I got your username. I'll try adding you. Let's see. Been a while since I used Skype. Make a search. That's weird. I'm searching for your username and it doesn't show me that. It shows me with an underscore. Are you the one with an underscore rather than a dot? Try type in. I mean, you could always send across. Oh, I think he's made it. Even just move the queen. And Toyo, who they were playing against, is he's the guy who started the puzzle site. Yeah, Zoom is fine. Zarkov, do you want to send me a let me see. Let me see. Do you take Twitch Whispers? I'll try that. No, you don't take Twitch Whispers. Okay. You could send me a message on chess.com. If you send me a message on chess.com, then I can reply. Well, I can make a Zoom. I have a Zoom that I have an account. I just need to get you the info somehow. So I'm making a new meeting. But in order to send the info to you, I need to send it somewhere. So chess.com makes the most sense. Let's see. I guess I could probably find you in the open club here. Okay, let's see. Message. Alright, I sent you a message with the Zoom link on chess.com. Let's hope that got through. Okay, so Cesar, we see him playing a lot. I think he may be a streamer, but in another language, maybe, oh, he's from Peru. So, is Peru Spanish? Yeah, I think in South America, it's all Spanish except for Brazil. So, he probably is a Spanish streamer. Hey, Zarkov, can you hear me? Hello? Um, I yeah, I see my microphone going, so this should work. Lock and Key unfortunately has to play an international master down a queen, which is awkward. Um, I see you.
Can you hear me?
Uh, yeah, your mic is a little low. Can you turn it up a bit somehow?
Okay, I'll try.
And can you mute the stream, please?
Yes, I did. So, can you hear me now?
Um, not really.
I can hear you for some reason.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, I mean, I hear you, but your mic is very low. And I don't have a good way of resolving that, unfortunately.
okay, never mind. Let's try again later, then I'll try to interrupt this time.
Okay. I'll just leave this open so you can try to resolve it. Okay. All right. Lock and Key got mated by Tandem Dieter here. So this is a German team. I guess this is probably a different German team than we saw before. I think we saw a German team in a previous arena. So I think we've watched this team a lot. Let's start watching another team. It looks like there is okay. So this team is from Armenia. We have an NM and an FM. And they are rated about 1500, but in Bughouse, but very good at chess, obviously. And it looks like they have some chess threats here. Letting some chess players get up a queen. Not good for your winning chances. I might put like a pawn at h7, to be honest. That looks hard to stop right now. Although two knights mates or a rook mates, like immediately. This pawn move, maybe not so great, as then the rook gets in. That's interesting. So now, I guess a pawn is going to mate. I don't like the knight there. If the knight had been in the back, then the bishop could have gotten in and mated. This will probably still lead to mate. Bishop check. This is fine too. I think the NM is a little bit not used to new pieces coming in. So his technique is not as good as it could have been. In Bughouse, contact checks where you can't interpose a piece because you're right next to the king are a little bit stronger. I think I'm gonna close my Skype window. Oh, uh-oh. His partner is in trouble. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. His partner is attacking, so his partner will probably mate too. Like a new knight in is pretty good over here. The partner game was a little bit double-edged, but Menukayan Artak was attacking the whole way himself. Okay, let's keep watching them. Well, we'll watch them for a few games. It looks like Ladybug is in this arena, so we want to check out her games as well eventually. Okay, so they're playing the Canadian team, Office Plant and Antoyo. Antoyo created a Bughouse website for puzzles. I'm going to put the link in the chat. It's bughouse.ca. So you can go there to get an endless supply of Bughouse puzzles. For the free version, you're limited to a certain amount of puzzles per day. But if you pay for a membership, then I think you get unlimited puzzles. And to be honest, I have not tried the website myself. I poked around very briefly. But several of my friends have told me that the puzzles are extremely good. So they're very impressed with it. Here, I think Munukayan should give his queen. A lot of chess players are shy about giving their queens because they overvalue queens. Because they don't recognize that the piece values are different in Bughouse, number one. And number two, they don't realize that if they don't give up the queen quickly, things will get much worse. And they'll have to give up the queen and more stuff. Which I think is what he's going to find. That his queen is going to be chased around and he's going to lose even more material. And time is a critical part of the Bughouse game. Because when you're up time on your diagonal opponent, you can sit for pieces. And you can have your partner stall to avoid your opponent getting pieces. So here they're down a whole bunch of time because Minukayan is overly concerned about his queen. This is mate, by the way. Nice find. Rook in, and then knight takes pawn. Smothered mate. So Antoyo can just stall. Nice mate. So we'll watch one more game with the Armenians. Then after that, we will find another team to follow. I do not like c6. This creates a weakness on c7, a dark squared weakness, which is a permanent weakness that can be exploited later in the game. So it's much better to move your e or your d pawn, get your knights and bishops out. If you're fast enough, nearly any opening is playable, but you do have to recognize the weaknesses you create and plug them up later. If you're slow like me, then better not to create the weaknesses in the first place. So this pawn move is nice. It's going to win a piece. He noticed en passant. It's going to create a weakness on f7, which can be exploited later. I would have even considered getting the knight out to go for it. And you can take this guy. He's just going to retreat. That's fine too. Oh, here he could save the queen and still have an attack on the queen. Oh, but he's going to trade queens. I think Starry's had better there. Now, g2 is a weakness. If he got 2 pawns, then a pawn on g2, pawn on h2 would be very strong. Pawns on the 2nd or pawns on the 7th. Promote the next move. So Manukyan could also consider getting his rooks into play, either on the open file or behind his king, to give his king more of a buffer. I think this was the wrong rook to go to c8. I think the other rook should have gone to c8. Okay, taking some pawns. Can't object to some pawn grabbing. Now he can take this guy. Oh, actually, bishop check is very good. Bishop check, take the free knight, and he found it. So a queen would be a bit burdensome, queen on e7. But if he gets a move before that, which he can tell his partner to stall. And then he can take this pawn and get very safe. Definitely sack the rook. Pawn check is good. Oh, the queen is coming. He's gonna die if his partner takes the queen. That's mate in 2. And now Manukyan could stall and hope that his partner can win. But even with all these extra pieces, there is no immediate threat. But yeah, that was kind of a throw. Simon should have stalled before giving that piece. Oh, they're playing Blunderman 1's team. Let's check this out. Blunderman 1 and Michael Papp. I think maybe among the top seeds here by Raiden. Blunderman 1 plays a lot of Bughouse. So he's going to do very well, especially in this section. And the Cayenne has some dark squared weaknesses. And these dark squared weaknesses, they come from moving the c-pawn. Blunderman 1 is going right after the king, though. Simon's king is a bit exposed as well. Looking very good for Blunderman 1. Maybe knight at h5, or you could wait for a diagonal for f6. He is up 25 seconds, it looks like. Oh, a little more. No, he's up 30 seconds. So he can certainly wait for anything he wants. The queen is on offer. Knight check. And then queen in. That's going to be good. Queen at g7. And if the king goes up, this knight can move away to expose the other queen. Oh, actually, there's a revealed attack. So Michael Papp should consider just stalling, because I think his partner already has everything he needs. There's mate right there. Alright. Shoot. Alright, we want to watch some other teams here. So, who do we want to watch? Oh, it looks like Cesar and Joseph are on a 7-game winning streak. Let's watch them for a bit. So there's a mate thread in the back here. Oh, that's a free knight now, and also threatening to capture the knight. It can't be captured back. Queen takes knight. Seems pretty straightforward. Threatening queen in. Okay. What now? This is an interesting move. Not so sure it leads anywhere because this bishop is here. If the bishop weren't here, it would be a great move. Oh, I like this actually. So that makes a mate threat and it worked. I guess it was a good move after all. I did not see that follow up. Cesar has picked up a free pawn in the opening. Joseph's staying pretty snug, not creating any holes. Like rook g8 here. Guard the pawn. The problem with taking first is before taking the pawn back, you could drop a knight if you had a knight, which would gain a tempo. But here he didn't have a knight, so this ends up being fine. Transposes. Now eventually you can grab both rook files. I like blocking off the queen. So all of these pieces can get developed. He has a very straightforward development plan, whereas Unicorn's pieces, a lot of them are not really in the game yet. So you could drop like a knight at h4 in order to make some threats. Getting more pieces on the board, also very good. Chasing the queen around. I would drop a knight at h4 here. I'm sure he would like to have a rook, but a rook isn't necessary. You have some good threats you can make. They are down a lot of time, it turns out, down 20 seconds. Joseph is asking his partner for a rook. I don't think he understands how the clock works. Oh, well, he does get a rook. That was a blunder from Bug Lover. Should not have given that piece. Desart is asking for a queen because it mates in one. But he's just moved instead. They are now playing some chess. Oh, I thought the rook should have gone here to eat up these pawns. He could just take the rook and win because the bishop can't eat out any pawns on the light squares. Ooh, it's a dangerous place for the... That's mate. That was a throw. That was a really easy win for Cesar and Joseph, but Cesar played it too risky. It's important for Cesar to develop these pieces. Oh, I really like this bishop move. So it makes a threat to win a few pieces. I'm Felix. I give up the queen. I play knight takes f2. Yeah, I don't like this pawn move. It didn't really do anything. All the key squares are covered. Well, they were covered. Knight check. Then you could have threatened another knight in. So Felix has a good attack if Cesar doesn't defend this or doesn't make a check. Yeah, right here. No, this is a terrible move. Knight check, bishop check, knight check, win the queen. And also probably checkmate. So that was a miss for Felix. Felix is in 1800. He shouldn't miss these things. This is such a key move. This is now guarded. Maybe knight in the corner. Yeah. Now Felix needs some trades. Oh, queen in, pawn mates. Even without the pawn, he can take the knight, drop a new knight, take the pawn. But there's the pawn. We see Ferrari fan and lock and key again. Maybe drop another bishop in. He does. He gets to chase his queen around. So he can take that. The bishop still guards e2. I think Cesar is safe enough. I would not worry about this queen. I would start attacking. Oh, well, I guess he has to worry about his partner. I should have noticed. His partner's in a bit of trouble. His partner's in a lot of trouble. This queen can take. Now you could trade queens, take a free bishop. There might be better somehow. I guess a knight would be good. Knight for e5. You could drop a pawn on f7. But I would just take the queen. He takes the queen. It's going to be a free bishop. Oh, okay. Wants to keep initiative. Now bishop can come. Bishop can come in to cover the dark squares. His art is fairly safe. You can just grab the rook. And you can take that. This queen does a good job covering this whole rank. Joseph, not long for this world. Lock and key will mate him pretty quickly here. Made him one. This is mate, by the way. Queen to f8. Alright, are there some teams we should be watching? Blunderman and Michael Papp have gone into the lead. We can check them out. So the format of this arena is 3-minute time control, 60 minutes. So we're about 35 minutes into the arena, 25 minutes left. Carrot Boy, yes, you can place mate and you can place check. Yeah, Carrot Boy, people play a little bit different rules around the world, but over the internet, basically every Bughouse website has been that you can drop check, you can drop mate for at least the last 30 years. So there's definitely a consensus on that. So on this website and every website you'll find you can drop check and you can drop mate. A great question there. That was interesting. Sacked the queen and is going to win the queen right back. And also puts the king in a more precarious position. I think I would take the queen. And then you could start checking again after that. Take the queen. You could even push d5 after that. You might as well get the queen back for your partner. I would push d5, but there's other options too. h5 looks good. You can drop a pawn at f5. Okay, takes a pawn for his partner. I think you want to put something in on a light square here. Bishop takes a knight. Could be good for Blunderman, and he does take that. Here comes a knight in. So it's okay to sack a piece here. The bishop can take whatever comes in here, and then you push the pawn. Blunderman doing a good job defending. Could just take a free pawn. Maybe rook in, take a free knight. You don't have to check every move. It's okay to take some pieces for your partner. I would think about getting my queen involved. If I'm Blunderman 1, put it on a dark square and then try to get on this diagonal. That can be taken, so that's a huge blunder. Maybe he's trading for his partner, but that was a really bad idea. Now they're both going to have problems. Actually, knight mates for his partner, or a rook. Oh, this is a great move, actually. Now a pawn mates. They are uptime. He should definitely sit for a pawn. Should never move again. Pawn mates, knight mates, rook mates. So bishop mates. So any piece mates, that's a pawn right there. Okay, so that worked out. I think they did get a little bit over aggressive. I'm sure he didn't see that he was blundering his queen with knight takes. Michael Papp rattling out some fast moves. By the way, Blunderman 1, known for playing pretty quickly. Oh, queen mates Blunderman 1. Could also put the rook in here to gain some initiative. Rook at f2. Or could just take the free bishop. He's just going to take the free bishop. I would just leave that there. I would not take, because that would help development. Maybe get your knight out, or your bishop. Castling looks okay. I like this rook move a lot. It defends, also attacks. Michael Papp in a lot of trouble. Now I might think about taking the bishop. Bishop takes bishop, then knight takes pawn. To get a little bit safer. I suppose you could put a pawn on h3. Another possibility. But it's starting to get a little bit scary for Cesar. Oh, and that's mate for Joseph. Joseph gained 13 points that game. So they got him off streak. Let's see. Is there... Oh, we'll watch this team for a couple games. We want to check out Miss Jenny at some point. I don't know why this guy is not moving. Oh, we have another team from Germany. Good to see so many Germans playing. I wonder if there was a notice somewhere that German speakers saw that people from other countries did not. I might play knight d5, hope he takes the bishop, and then put a pawn into mate. Oh, he got a bishop. Okay, well that makes mate easier. Okay, let's check for some other teams that we should check out. A lot of teams playing here. I thought I saw Miss Jenny somewhere. Well, let's check out this team though. Oh, we found it. There's Ladybug up there. All right. All right, we're gonna follow Ladybug 99. But it's also good to see Captain Kirk and Big Splat. This is a team that we saw play in some previous years. When I say this is a team, I know I've seen them both play individually in past Bughouse World Championships. I forget if they were teamed up with each other or with someone else. But both strong players. I like how Big Splat is using his existing pieces. Big Splat is going to get mate pretty quickly. Captain Kirk just needs to live, and that shouldn't be a problem. Not afraid to give up his queen to stay safe. I would play probably... Oh, I would not have taken that. I guess it's fine. I would play knight takes pawn here. Which might not have been a good move, it turns out. Okay, interesting. I like it. Yeah, so try to get this bishop out someday. Seems fine. The king seems fairly safe. You just castle, they get safe forever. It's looking very good. Just needs to live for 10 seconds. So NZ Worldwide trying to capture free bishop. NZ Worldwide is up a few pieces, but it's just going to be really hard. Oh, the time is almost equalized. Oh, okay. Now up a queen and a knight. But down 2 seconds. Rook in leads to mate. Oh, bishop in. Even better mate. Nice attack. And more importantly, nice defense from the partner, making up that 20 seconds. Oh, Ladybug just hung a bishop. For some reason, Wago did not take the bishop. Oh, really? Uh, that's interesting. Darkov says NZ Worldwide is his younger brother. Looking at the profile picture, there is some resemblance for sure. Johnny P. Cool, that is a ban. I have been on this website for, what, 7 years now? I can read English. So Zarkov, do you have some other brothers who play Bughouse as well? So NZ Worldwide is going to try to place some things around this king to get some safety. So I would have maybe come back to C1 to defend the rook. That's okay, at least the knight is further away from the king. Maybe knight out to get the rook defending the back rank, the knight defending the king. I don't like this bishop move, it doesn't really accomplish much. It helps him develop. I'm not a fan of that. I still think knight h3 is a good move. It's not looking great for Ladybug. You can either take the rook or play the bishop up. They are up a lot of time though. They're up about 40 seconds. Problem is they have losing positions on both boards. Ooh, uh-oh. That's gonna be mate. Queen in. Yeah, there was a huge piece discrepancy. Hard to get over that one. Let's have a peek at the stand-ins. Oh, okay. We have another game to watch. This would be interesting, playing a team of titled players. By the way, Ladybug99 is one of the organizers, helping to organize the tournament this year and past years. So a rook would be good for Ladybug. I'm sorry, a knight would be good for Ladybug. I misspoke. But she also has decent attack. Maybe a knight out. Or bishop in. Bishop in. Frenzy worldwide. Now a pawn would win a queen here, or a knight. Doesn't want to use his existing queen. I think he should have used his time to wait for a piece there. I don't like this knight move. I don't like this knight move either. That does get the knight for Ladybug though. Ladybug can win a free rook. He's going to do that. But I think NZ World's wide position was much better. I think should have exploited it to win the free queen rather than just winning a rook on the other board. Zarkov has a sister, about 1700 chess. Oh, nice. Had some doubts about Dark Shrine. Oh, he does live in North Korea. Oh, wow. Uh, I find that surprising. From what I've heard, is that North Korea has a very repressive state and that most people do not have many rights. So either I am misinformed or maybe he is one of the lucky few that gets rights that others don't have. Oh, that was a joke about North Korea. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's what I suspected. Yeah, a lot of people with weird flags actually um, live in Russia, or some of them live in America and are joking, something like that. Yeah, I don't really understand why chess.com gets involved in politics here. I have strong opinions about politics myself, but um, it's always weird to me when corporations get political. Ladybug is getting crushed on her board. And NZ Worldwide is running out of pieces. And if the knight comes in as a defender, then a new knight at e7, probably going to lead to mate. Knight takes bishop. And if the king moves over here, knight is mate. Nice find of the quick mate there. Let's see, how much time is left? We only have 5 minutes left in that arena. So let's find another team to watch here. Let's check out Blunderman 1 to bring it home. They're currently the top team. I would play knight at g1 here. Oh, I don't like that move. That just hangs a pawn for nothing. You could have promoted that pawn. I don't really understand why Igor played that. This trade's a knight. Maybe not a great idea when your partner's getting attacked. Also going to be hard to hold on to this knight. And he just gives up the knight for free. Yeah, this is really sloppy play from Igor. I don't understand how he's in 1900, to be honest. This is just free pieces that Michael Papp has taken. You could even sack your queen and go for an attack, but oh, actually queen takes pawn is fine. Igor continuing to attack. Well, now a bishop could be good. I don't like this knight move. The knight's just gonna get lost pretty quickly anyway. I guess Igor's going for flag, or I don't really understand these moves. He's just losing a whole bunch of pieces. Kind of amazing that Igor has blown this game. It was so clearly winning for him. Then he squandered all of his pieces. Now he's given an easy mate to his opponent. Rook in his mate. Oh, was last move. Now queen in his mate. Okay, we have about a minute left. Let's check out Cesar. So, in theory, no one should win this game. So, what they should do is if anyone has mated and won, they should just stall and wait for the game to be aborted. At least if they want to preserve their points. That's something they could do. If you don't care about your points and want to have good sportsmanship for the arena, you can just kind of play it out. Zarkov is saying Igor's a decent Crazy House player. Oh, nice. I think Cesar got a little overenthusiastic there, but given that the game was being aborted anyway, it made sense to go all out. All right, so the tournament is over. We have our final results. In first place, we have Blunderman 1 and Michael Papp. They have won 16 out of 19 games for 54 arena points. In second place is a team of Germans, Felix III and Tandem Dieter. They have 16 wins out of 24 games for 51 arena points. In third place, we have Cesar and Joseph Tahar. So Cesar is from Peru, Joseph is from Indonesia, and they have 15 wins out of 24 games for 47 arena points. And in fourth place, we have Ferrari Fan 27 and Lock and Key with 15 out of 23, 15 wins out of 23 games and 43 arena points. So top 4 teams qualify. Next after that, the Unicorn looks like he's all alone without a partner with 42 points. So the next after that, as far as points, would be Antoyo and Office Plant from Canada with 36 arena points. But top 4 teams qualify. If a team had already qualified from a previous arena, then I think it would be next teams that had not qualified yet. So we do see some familiar faces there. So Ferrari Fan and Lock and Key have played in this tournament before and done fairly well. Cesar has played in this tournament before, I believe, with a different partner. Definitely seen Felix 3 and Tandem before. I think they were partnered in previous years, but I'm not certain of that. So good to see some people rejoin in these tournaments. So this has been the challenger section, the under section. We have a higher section, the open section, with its own arenas. It also has 8 arenas. Those arenas last a little longer and are at different times. So in an hour, we're going to have an open arena. And that open arena will last an hour and a half. Let me just make sure I have that right. Yeah, it starts in 57 minutes. So we're not going to wait for that arena to start. I'm going to raid out and then start another stream in an hour. I think we're going to send you all to Tina Palooza. She has had several different usernames in the past. So she's been Chestina, or she's been, what was she like the Chess Bay or something like that. So she's had a few different usernames. She plays Bughouse on occasion. Also been trying to improve her chess. So thank you everyone for watching, really appreciate it. Thanks to Zarkov for joining in the chat. Zarkov, I'm sorry we weren't able to get the Zoom call to work well. It was a matter of sound levels. In other words, I could hear you, but you were not as loud as I would have liked. And I could have turned my sounds all the way up, but then the piece movement sounds would have been loud as well and kind of overwhelmed you. So I hope we can get that figured out for a future stream, because it would be great to have your commentary. And good to see your brother in the mix there. All right, so hope to see you all in an hour. Have a great day, guys.